Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. Or perhaps you're listening to the all-in podcast feed for Open Hearth, which has the games that are recorded and submitted to the Open Hearth community. If so, welcome. We are playing this game over a Zoom video feed, so sometimes there are visual elements to the game. I'll do my best to try to remember to describe it. I have my camera in a different place this time. We will see if it looks weird or terrible. Feel free to let me know if it is the worst choice that I've made over the last few weeks. If so, I kept myself lucky because that's made a lot of other decisions. And then if this is the worst one, I'm good with it. It is Saturday as we are playing, and therefore it is Star Wars Saturday as we are continuing. We're about the halfway point, maybe yeah, halfway point, I would say, of our quarterly, meaning we're playing from January to March 2026, Apocalypse World 3rd Edition. I say 3rd Edition, but it's not officially the released 3rd Edition of Apocalypse World. That doesn't exist yet. It's still being developed. McGay and Vincent Baker had a Kickstarter in December of 2025. They released the preview of the playbooks and the basic moves. That is what I am using to run this game. And I've seen on their pre-apocalypse Discord channel that Vincent had mentioned there are some revisions to at least one move to clarify that you can't just keep doing it over and over again. So I'll just keep that in mind. But there may be changes. So far, there is only one preview, and that one preview is what I'm using to run the game. Of course, I can't leave well enough alone, and it is Star Wars. Therefore, this is Apocalypse World in Star Wars. And for 2026, I decided to do something different, and I have jumped back in the timeline. So we are in the Clone Wars era, made popular by the Clone Wars TV show, as well as the prequel trilogy of movies. The far number of comic books back in the Dark Horse era. I don't think that Marvel's done any of the Clone Wars era stuff, really. So we have quite a few media touchstones that we can use that are out there. We have set, or I have decided to set this game on the planet of Saleucami. And that's the pronunciation I'm going with for most everyone saying it, all NPCs wise. Saleucami is a planet that was featured in a couple episodes of the Clone Wars TV show. I have a background that is one of the like concept designs for Saleucami. It has weird, really jagged trees, and mostly the color scheme is in a burgundy tan, muddy feel. Now, Saleucami is interesting to me because it is a planet held by the Techno Union, which is the part of the triumvirate in control of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. What's that? Those are the clone users in the, no, sorry, those are the droid users in the Clone Wars. Goodness gracious. Count Dooku, terrible name, interesting character, was one of the like Sith leaders. Darth Tyrannus, if I remember correctly. Which, by the way, I would have imagined if he were Darth Tyrannus, he'd have shorter arms, but that's just me. So Saleucami, in the embrace of the Techno Union, specifically, the city that we're playing in is Sarnak. Don't look it up because it's made up. Because we're doing Star Wars, and so we get to make up stuff. But it is not far from one of the cities on Saleucami I mentioned in comic books and the like. Don't worry about it. The main thing about Sarnak is that there is a very large droid factory here. And also that in a recent um, Republic attack on this area, as they were trying to save a Jedi who had been captured by General Grievous, there was a very large battle not far from Sarnak. Sarnak's pockmarked and scarred by the battles between the Techno Union, the Confederacy of Independent Systems, and the Republic who are trying to free it. So that's a lot of background. I hope it wasn't boring. We have three players today because a couple folks, one work thing, the other not feeling well, and I hope both of those work out a-okay. let's start from the right-hand side of the character keeper, heading towards the left. So if you could, Mark, please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Yeah, I am Mark, he and them, and I am playing Leonti Saru, they, them, who is our luminous Twi'lek, um, just causing trouble. Why? Well, who knows? Oh, I did take a new move just in case last time because I had an events. And so I have the just give me a motive move that allows people at my place to possibly be poisoned, maybe, if I feel that is a prudent thing to do. So we'll see if that comes up.
We shall see. Thank you so much, Mark. Stephen, you are in the middle of the character keeper. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Hi, my name is Stephen. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Veyroon, whose pronouns are also he, him. Veyroon is a native of Saleucami, and he is the Restless Playbook. And the Restless Playbook is all centered around exploration and his dog and different types of dogs. So I actually have a number of animals that I stay with. I also took a new move, which is Refuge. My Refuge has a whole pride of loft cats, and it has an advisor that is a lost wolf, and it's elderly. And I have a mount, which is one of those flying lizard-looking things that we see on the clone planet Camino in the movies. And so I've got all these critters. I like the animals more than I like the people.
I just don't understand why. All the people have been so good to you. Welcome back, Andesh. You were not with us last week. I'm happy to have you here. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing Trison Hatchet Henge, she, her, and she is the Harrier. So she has a gang. She's the leader of the Harridans, a group of women, mostly left behind by their husbands, brothers, wives who were in a mercenary unit who have been disappeared somewhere in the war. They have settled down in the harbor, and they're kind of setting up shop in a apartment complex there. And they recently hired on as guards for Lianti. Yeah, that's it.
Excellent. I'm going to follow on from the last session, so I'm not going to require a live day to day for Veyroon and Leonti, but curious how things are faring for Hatchet. So let's have you live day to day if that is okay with you. Please roll plus barter.
Cool. I need to open the roller.
Do you?
Uh, I do. I
Oh,
mean,
oh. You can use a little die roller on row 29 and 30.
I have it. I need to check my barter. So 2d6 plus 2. That's a 14.
Okay.
This dice roller really likes me.
No wonder you use it. Okay.
Cool. So what is free and what is easy are the questions, I think.
They are. Yeah. So on a 10 plus, ask the MC what's free and what's easy. And I have the resources listed on the moves tab to help me out. And although I think that's copied from the old burned over version, I don't think this exists on the third edition quite yet. I think that what's free and easy for you right now is that while the weak way bands, specifically the one led by privateer Drenny Auk, has been pushing to try to take over the docks. Your group has been pretty successful in pushing back, and therefore I think what's free and easy right now are resources. You have had some small victories the Harridans have taken down. There was recently a fight that you heard about where Veyroon stuck his nose in some business and took out a few guys with a
As usual.
big, as usual. He's always sticking his nose in and dealing with non-animals and hurting them. He's such a hateful, terrible person, I've heard. So it was free and easy. Ammo, um, also the goods that come from that. So you've got some gear, you have the spoils of war. And
Cool.
because you rolled so well, I think that's it. There are no bad stories for you at this moment.
Basically, we looted the battlefield after everyone left.
All
Cool.
right. So we ended the last session with Veyroon and Zarek potentially doing a bit of a standoff with the oncoming droid forces. With Zerun not here, I'd like to elide some of that from a direct battle just because that feels weird. I could love letter it. I'll probably love letter it for next session when Greg's able to rejoin us. So I'd like to we will have it on the cutting room floor of this session, how Veyroon goes from being there to where Veyroon begins here, but we'll just pick up here with you being here. And now I ask you, where is here? Would Veyroon have exited to potentially the salon? Did you end up leaving the citadel or the temple altogether? Maybe you hopped on your Iowa flying mount. Where do you want to kick off with Veyron?
So I think what we do is we see Veyroon coming down from the top of the temple where Zarek was. And he was wounded in the last session, so he comes down and he's probably holding his side where he was shot. And um, he comes down below and he goes to the marketplace and um, he tells Zarina, close up shop, get all your goods, go inside, you know, get prepared. There's something going down. Um, she saw whenever he came in the first time, she saw that he had been wounded. Um, and you know, he says they're coming for us. I think I'd warned her on the way in, saying, "Hey, there's going to be some mess going on. The Weequays are coming after us." So now it's happening now.
And I'm
And I think
sorry, who
maybe,
who have you messaged? I'm sorry,
yeah, I went downstairs to the stall where Zarena is.
Serena. Okay,
That's
sorry, I
yeah,
missed that
yeah,
little part. Okay, I
yeah.
apologize.
And I think we start to hear firing outside, shots.
Sweet, yeah. They ran. It's like, but wait, what?
And
What?
I'd
What
say
about my
now,
stuff?
grab it and take.
Grabbing
Yeah,
everything, throwing things into bags, loading yourself up on all of her things, and I think other people are starting to abandon their stalls, grabbing things, running for various and sundry hills. By the way, I don't know if Undish, if you see this on your side, but there's a weird pixelated green thing over your shoulder for my view.
I don't see
Nope,
that.
you don't see that? Okay, it's gone now. Nope, it's back. It's just right around the edges of your shoulders. It's very weird. It's like a green screen pixelated thing from my view. It's fine. I'll take a picture of it if I continue to see it just so I can share it with you because it looks funky. You look like you're surrounded by what's the green character in Minecraft? The slime guys or the explodey guys?
Reverse.
Thank you. It
Yeah.
looks like a Reaper standing right behind you. Just a little bit. Not. Oh, cool. I got a picture of you screaming from the Reaper. That's so good. Here, I'm going to show. That's it. That's it. I'm
Reapers.
breaking the game. I don't care because that's what I saw. Did I share the actual right thing? Yeah. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
what it looked like to me. Is that weird? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of looks like a creeper.
Okay, there we go. Creepers, Reapers, whatever. Uh, why did I call the whole thing lunch? Okay. So, Zarina and you are trying to bug out and things are pressing in. She says,
Um,
um,
we are
are we
staying in
fine?
the temple.
Oh, so you're heading back to the temple?
So we are inside the temple. I think there's a stall in the marketplace, right? And I go down there to warn everybody, and we're going to head back into a more defensible place inside the temple.
Oh, that's interesting. I think I had never conceptualized the marketplace being literally inside the temple. I'm a-okay with that. It just was not
Huh.
how I had.
So you think the marketplace is outside the temple?
I'm just trying to reorient my headcanon to work within the temple because it makes sense that Zarek would want the control of having it in his house. And as the lawmaker, that makes some sense. I just, for some reason, was always imagining this like outdoor bazaar thing. So I think that's why when you said I'm going to go from the
Uh,
the market to the temple, I'm like, okay, you got to travel across streets, and you were thinking you're just going upstairs. Okay, this
yeah.
this answers a lot of like things where I was okay, sure, I'll go with it. I was yes anding without connecting the dots, and now the dots are like there's a picture. It was there all the time.
So we have
Okay.
a map, and I asked last session on the temple holding map where
Hmm.
the salon was, and it's all the purple stuff that's in the map.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I knew that. I knew, like, I
And
always knew that the salon was within the temple, but now it is effectively like I have a flag and I'm my own nation, and I have
yeah.
an allegiance that you must pledge to the salon, and we have
So
our own anthem. And sorry, let's
so I am uncertain about where the other sections of if the market is inside the temple. I thought it was. That's what I had in my head canon, but it
well,
very
let
well
me
could be
pull the
outside.
others. Mark,
Yeah,
Andesh, where were your head cannons on?
I also understood the market to be inside the temple.
Okay, okay.
I was never clear on what it was. I seem to remember when Greg talked about it that it was inside the temple when we
Okay.
did our session zero stuff, but I am not at all certain about that. But because I remember we talked about the temple. We have a map of the
We do
temple.
have on the
Mhm.
map's smaller tab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then we talked about yeah, and Lianti's salon is in the
Mm-hmm.
blue area, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
So I just assumed that the rest of it was like the market,
Yeah.
but yeah.
For some reason, it just didn't occur. Now we're going to call it the market, and we'll say it is, gosh, what would you call that color that isn't green and isn't purple?
Pink, red, salmon.
Yeah, Simon.
Salmon. That definitely feels salmon to me. Amazing. Um, it was never, it just didn't click, but it makes so much more sense for the lawmaker as a playbook for that to be true. So it is now true in my head canon. Thank you for your
And
help.
I think that center portion, isn't that where the spire is in the
Yeah.
temple that Zarek is on?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not Zeri, sorry. Zarena, is this the place with the walls and the people who could shoot and save us? Are we flying away?
No, no, no. We're just getting to a more defensible place. We're
Oh,
going towards the center where we can defend this area. And I think I lead
I
her.
don't defend.
Yeah, you will now. And I think we head back into the center section down below where the spire is to kind of hunker down. Um, so Hatchet, you had some people you left here as guards, right? Was it in the salon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hired on as guards for Lianti to replace
Okay.
the droids. I put Queen K in charge of that, but I don't know how much time has passed. So
Mhm.
maybe I'm just there to finalize the agreement or something.
So I think I slip from that center area. I slip around and go back to the salon. And I think I have access to the salon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I look for you, Leonti, and if I
Mhm.
can't find you, I look for Hatchet, and want to let y'all know it's going down. There's going to be a fight. Do you?
I,
Are
I
you there?
assume we'd both be if I'm there to
Yeah.
finalize the agreement,
Oh,
then we're
I guess it's
probably
in the
like
same
in
scene.
the same place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so part of the interesting thing that happened with our trade or techno union guy last time was that I asked for some replacement droids for the ones that were accidentally damaged. And I remember now the plan was to talk to you because you are good with tinkering and whatnot. Is that correct?
We have a workshop. It's
Yes.
mainly for vehicles, but we
Droids are
can.
basically vehicles without riders, though, right? So if you could take a look at them and make sure that they are not transmitting or receiving anything and are strictly there as security and not surveillance, um, that would be a huge favor to Leonti.
If you can get them to go along for a service at our workshop instead of going back to their owners, then sure.
I think we could do that. Or we could try that anyway.
Sweet.
So that's probably what we're talking about
Yeah.
when Bayron shows up.
And I think I just kind of run up to the table. It's very rude. And I'm like, it's going down. Get to get to a defensible station now.
More defensible?
Um, okay. If you think this is you might want to get your patrons, and I kind of look around, you might want to get your customers under the tables because, Zarek is up there with a big gun, and I think we can start to hear the shooting outside now.
Yeah, I was going to have that
Yeah.
punctuated by the booming sound of the temple defenses coming online. This is a very bad idea.
Yeah, I get up from the table immediately and like think I'm there with Queen K and a couple of others. Let's say we have a red shirt and Knuckles.
Oh man, I really want one of them just to be named Red Shirt. Is that okay? Will you
Yeah,
guys fill
absolutely,
that little?
absolutely.
Okay. Sweet.
Well, I'm sure that Zay has the defenses completely in hand. Maybe we could just sit here and relax with a drink while he takes care of that.
I'm going to go protect the stall owners
Mm.
in the center. Um,
Well, I will take care of my patrons then. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that.
and I'll leave. Yeah. I'm going to go back to the center.
Well, you hired us for security, so we'll provide security.
Much appreciated.
And I'll go to the door, like check if everything looks cool outside or if there's like people storming the place.
And
I
we'd established that it's like a like a beaded curtain entrance kind of
Yeah,
like there's not
yeah.
like a door that closes. So
not a great, not very secure.
yeah.
I think Queen K already has notes.
There's a door here.
Yeah. When Hatchet, when you take a look, I think it sounds like you're maybe reading a sitch.
Yeah, that sounds
It
fair.
seems charged to me.
Yes.
It sure does. And read a sitch is sharp. I have a +1 in sharp. 6 +1, and that is a 9. And I should put a check sharp.
Oh, did you check the last roll you made? Oh wait, that was barter, so you can't check
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh well.
Cool. Read us.
7 to 9. You get questions.
Yeah. I get one question.
Oh, you question singular.
And I don't think I have anything that gives me extra for this. Um, well, I guess who or what poses the biggest threat to me and how can I tell?
Oh, So you head out and you see that at this point, Zarek's people, the guards are gathering everyone, trying to move them to secure areas. I imagine that this temple has bolt holes and the like, but you also see that there are some windows and there are hundreds of battle droids that are marching this way. That's how you know.
Yeah, I will go back in and Leonti, unless you've ordered a lot more of droids, there's something bad happening out there.
True.
Whoever the droids are coming for.
I don't feel like that is our concern at the moment.
Unless they're coming here to get whoever got the guy who got here last time I was here.
As far as I know, they don't know who that is. So I believe as long as
Well,
you're in the walls of the salon, you're safe with me, as am I with you.
if you don't know who they're coming for and you're not absolutely certain they don't know uh, who got the guy, then I'm not sure that the beaded curtain will protect us, provide a lot of protection from 100 droids.
Do you feel like there's a better chance anywhere else?
Anywhere they don't plan to look for whoever they're looking for. I feel
Well,
like
you're
we're
a
kind
professional. I trust your judgment.
I feel like we're trying to reason with each other here.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
engage that. That sounds fun.
reason with.
And this is one thing I don't love here because it often feels like when you're trying to reason with someone, if it's another player character, then both people are trying to reason with each other at the same
Yeah.
time.
Hmm.
It
It
works.
sounds like
It works
you're
great
specifically
when it's
trying to
just
convince me of something, and I'm just like, whatever. So maybe it's more you convincing me.
okay.
Although I would like to mark it cool, but I think that's what's actually happening.
Well, I would. I don't love rolling cool because I only have a 0, but on the other hand, that can be fun. So let's see. 2d6. That's a 5.
Hey,
Dice roller doesn't love me anymore. What did I do?
Oh man. Well, if you truly hate it, you can use the die roller and the character keeper. It's all good.
That's the
So
one.
with a
Oh, yeah,
five,
yeah. I forgot about that one. Yeah, yeah.
I know,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I'm just teasing. I don't care. They both work. On a miss, the MC will tell you what. So you're trying to reason, hey, Leonti, we should do a different thing. Leonti, do you, I think there's maybe it seems like Hatchet's scared.
yeah, I have an annoyingly cool confidence in what's going on with the droids. Um, yeah, maybe I'm reassessing how tough I think Hatchet is.
Yeah, I'll give you +1 forward, the move you make against Hatchet because of that little insight that you have.
I'm gonna make some trouble for myself and say that Queen K probably also notices.
Ooh, yeah, Queen
Ooh.
K, the most ambitious, says, okay, yeah, definitely make a note of that. All right, cool.
Maybe then like, well, Hatchet, uh, again, you're a professional. I trust your judgment. Maybe you could leave Queen K here to see to the defenses of the salon if needed.
If we're staying, then we're all staying.
Oh, fantastic.
not bugging out, just pointing out that there's 4 of us or 5 if we count you, and then if you feel you can take 20 battle droids, then sure, we can take 20 each.
If a storm is coming, we're going to get wet.
All three of you, as well as everyone else in the temple, hear over a loudspeaker, the sound of that slightly tinny, kind of whiny sound of a battle droid. Attention, citizens within the market. Please stop shooting. We would hate to have to defend ourselves. We are here for the arrest of a murderer. Poseida Relvorun is accused of murdering the trademaster known as Ivar Delnock. We will be conducting a trial. If you are defending the accused, you will also be arrested. There's like charges, more detail of how Ivar was murdered by this person. And anyone who looks outside, you see that they have a hollow cast, very large, like larger than life. And it is evidently that is the name in Techno Union records of Sergeant Saida, the Twi'lek.
Mm.
Farron, when did you last see Sergeant Saida?
Um, we everything went down in the salon. All the shooting happened, and I think she was headed out the back, I think, and that was the last time I saw her.
Hmm.
Well, you told them, "Hey, we got to do a thing," and have you left the salon at this point?
Me, yes, I went back to the center
Okay,
area.
just making sure.
Yeah.
So you're in the center area. A lot of the people of the market are all gathered together. Some people are talking about, hey, we need to organize the food. This could be a long, detailed thing. I've got this, you've got this. And they're like swapping. Here's what food. Here's how we're going to make things work. Oh, and someone brings up, oh, well, we got to make sure the people with the guns that they have what they need. And you notice among them, for some reason, no one else has noticed, but you see through their clever disguise of wearing a hood is none other than Sergeant Saida as the battle droid is calling out the charges for uh, Poseida Rel Vorun, the murderer of Ivar Delnock, the
Please
guildmaster.
remind me who killed Ivar Delnock.
It was a big shootout, and I think Hatchet did the deed.
Hmm.
Okay.
Many people had opportunity.
Yep.
I think Saida
I,
was in the room at the time. What she was there
yes.
for
Yeah.
the yeah. So evidently her name is the one that came up in
Great.
their
This
research.
this is awesome. So I'm going to turn to Zorena, who's been wheeling and dealing and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I lean over and very quietly say, uh, your clan member, Saida, is over there in a cloak, and you need to take them into the
What?
salon where they are better protected. They are not going to be,
No,
there are many
she needs
innocents
to
here, and it's
leave.
not very defendable. If you don't do it, then I will. She'll listen to you, but um, I don't think you want her to die, do you?
No, but she needs to leave. If she's still here, they're going to keep coming and escalate. They'll
No one
just
needs
make
to,
more droids.
no one needs to know that she's here. Um, the Techno Union will always be making more droids, and we need to stand at some point. And Zarek, who holds us in defense here, has said we can't let them continue to take over from the people. So he's defending here. Um, let's get her out of place.
I think
Yeah.
you're trying to reason with her. I'd like to
Oh,
see you do that.
yes. Thank you. That is cool. That's an 11.
Wow.
What happens in that case?
That is great. An 11 on a 10 plus, they have to choose. Set reservation aside and go along with you, or else frankly, flatly, maybe violently refuse. Which this has been an interesting conversation in the pre-apocalypse. I won't get too deep into it, but Vincent's idea is you can't roll to reason someone and make an NPC do a thing they would never be inclined to do, or a PC, which I think is cool. But what you can do with a 10 plus result is make them commit to something, either committing to not doing it or committing to backing your play so you know how to react to that. I think is super interesting. Oh, you lost sound? You can hear us now though, Andesh?
It's back. It was
Okay,
just a
weird.
temporary glitch.
It's the creeper. It ate your sound for a brief bit. Sweet. So Zarena says, I love Cider. She's trouble, but okay. I just don't know if keeping her in the salon is going to make things better. Every time we go to the salon, bad shit happens.
Salon has better protection than here. So I think I'm going to provide cover for Zarena to go grab Saida and slip her into the salon.
Okay. I think that sounds great. And also, no one's aligned against you. You're actually kind of beloved in the market. You're the weird guy with all the cool cats. Um, by the way, how many animals are with you at this moment?
Um, I think only D, the lost cat,
Of course.
my primary dog, and but I think that the rest of the pride, could be called at some point, and
They're
I
around.
I
Okay.
kind of expect that. Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Awesome. So yeah, we'll have you arrive back in the salon in a few moments, but I'd like to check in with Hatchet and Leonti. I'm not sure if either of you knew the Poseida Relvaroon is Sergeant Saida or not, but then they holocast her Twilight visage, and it is very clear that the person that they are after is Sergeant Saida. Uh, and in fact, Jetpack says, "Hey, that's that Twilight chick who was in the middle of the fight."
Yeah, the one who tried to draw on us, I
Exactly.
think, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
She's an idealist.
Well, seems she's trigger happy more than anything. Um, says I, who would never. Uh,
Very calm, cool, and collected all the C's.
well, good. They're not after us.
Exactly. Nothing to worry about.
I
Queen
think
K Queen K says, "Well, we should if that Twi'lek's here, we need to turn her over, and then we can move on."
Well, I don't believe she's here. So
Hatch, do you
yeah,
think she's inside the rest of the temple?
that's not our concern. Our
sounds
concern
like a job for
is
droids.
yeah. I don't, I think I'm saying this mostly to Queen K, but also to Leanti and whoever else is listening. I don't care one way or the other what happens to Saida, but it's not our. I also don't feel like kissing up to the bots is our job.
Cool. What about Leonte as all of these the conversations happening between the Harridans? What is
Mhm.
Leonte doing?
What kind of weapons do the Harridans have? Specifically, do they have anything explosive?
No. We have uh we have hatchets, wrist casters, and blaster carbines.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'm watching them to see. Ooh, maybe. Enter into it. I think I'd like to read the situation because it does seem charged.
I would agree.
Yeah, it does seem like that. Um, I have some ideas, but let's go for some more information.
Yeah, I think your subtle scrutiny is not going to be happening for the next little
No.
bit.
So that's an 8.
Ooh, you get one question.
Yeah. Reading a situation. Hmm. Uh, so I don't know that Sergeant Side is there yet.
Correct.
So I think the question is who or what represents the best opportunity for me to get the droids more on my side.
And to be clear, when you say the droids, you're talking about the droids that are currently like moving to surround the temple.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. I thought that's what you meant, but I'd
Yeah.
rather ask for clarity. Um, I think it's the how you can tell that I'm trying to make sure
Mhm.
is clear. If you make it known that you are not under the purview of Zarek and the temple
Mhm.
and ally yourselves to the Techno Union through some kind of track, then they would offer you sanctuary. And
Mhm.
how you know that is they their approach is against Zarek, who they think is housing Sergeant Saida. You
Yeah.
say, I'm not part of Zarek's thing, and there are other people who back that. That's not just a cowardly thing. It is technically true and has been acknowledged by the lawmaker. Sorry, Greg. Uh, so I think that is your most effective way to extricate yourself from the violence that is to come.
Fantastic.
Baron, you come through your bolt hole to re-enter the salon with Sergeant Saida and your good but no chill friend Serena.
So I head right
She
up to
removes her
Hatchet.
hood, and you
Yeah.
recognize her, Hatchet.
Yeah, I head right up to Hatchet and I say, we've got a problem here. We all know what happened, the last time there was a fight here. And um, none of us can be given up because if we are, they might find out what really happened.
Ooh, crap. That's actually a good point. She's gonna finger us right away. So,
I think
um,
as that is said, um, I'm trying to figure which one of them. I think Hearts catches your eye, Hatchet, and just gestures to her little wrist thing, and she wants to shoot Saida in the head right
mhm.
now.
And
That
I'm
is, she thinks that
thinking,
is the best answer.
I'm thinking the same thing. Where is Saida? Like, where the droids are outside still.
Droids are outside. Saida is right here with you in this room
Okay,
with
okay,
Veyroon and Zarena, her friend
okay,
and
okay.
clanmate. And Zarena, for her lack of chill, is kind of in the way. It's much the way as she can muster her courage because Saida says, hey, if I'm captured, they have things they can do to me. So I think it's better if I get out of here. Okay? I don't want to bring any violence to the temple or the salon. I just want to get out of here. Baron, I appreciate this. I'm sorry that this trouble has come to our doorstep. We're all guilty of what has happened to that carking Ivar.
Are we though?
uh,
Sidus says, I don't want to argue semantics. It went down here. Any one of us could go down for this.
Mm.
If I'm out of here, I can draw them away, and they're still going to think it's all me. The moment I get captured, maybe they make me talk. I don't want that to happen. Do you?
Do you really think that you can get through whatever cordon they've put around this place?
No, but I think you can get me through.
You think I can? How so?
She like she relaxes because that was like, I'm gonna roll some dice.
We can get her
Alrighty.
through. If that's, but Leante, this is your call, and if we're doing this, it's extra pay.
Sit down over here and have a drink with me for a moment while we discuss our possibilities. I'll bring over something blue and bubbly.
Saida nods and seems to be playing along, but you see her with her Leku signal to Zarena. This feels weird.
Mhm.
Don't leave me. And
So I understand that you're somewhat of a troublemaker in regards to the Techno Union.
I'm
You,
trying to free the people. I'm trying to free our people. I'm part of a group. It's small, but it's growing. Leonti, I think you could be part of this. I've seen how you deal with them. I thought maybe you were a collaborator, but maybe I'm wrong.
what do you think you and your little group could do? Blow up a factory here and there?
Yeah.
Have them send more troops in? Irritate them a little bit?
This is just one cog in their machine. If this cog can be replaced in some other place, they're going to do it. All we have to do is be irritating enough to where their profit margins are carked.
What do you think is going to happen when they capture you?
They're going to torture me and try to make me talk to figure out who else is part of this resistance.
That sounds like something they would do to someone of no consequence. But if you had information and you spoke directly to someone with power, do you think they would allow that?
They're the ones in power, Leonti.
And I will take one of my hidden knives and slide it across the table. If you were to get close to someone in power, do you think you could make a difference?
It has to be really close, she says as she reaches for the knife.
You would have to have some good information to give them and not give it up until the time is right. Do you feel like that's something you can do?
Zaren will say, this is a terrible idea. Saida, he's setting you up. They're setting you up. They, they're going to shake you down. You can't just carry a knife into this kind of blaster fight. You can't pull this off. Saida says, who will? If not me, who? Zaren says, this is how our people die.
Not all of you.
Listen to Leonti. Do what Leonti does. Don't do what Leonti says. Do what Leonti does. Leonti's putting you out there. Saida says, who? Leonti, you're not an assassin. I'm not technically an assassin, but I know how to use that knife. If you get me close enough, I can take someone out.
The knife is
He's not
easily
wrong though.
concealable.
How do I can't hide this. If they shake me down, then they're going to torture me and find out about this place. So it's in your best interest, Leonti, to make sure that I get this one shot.
Um, do I think I need to reason with her? Or does she feel like she's on one side or the other?
At this point, what Saida is saying is, I will definitely take that shot. Like I'm willing to go down to take down the head of the snake.
Mhm.
But Serena has put enough doubt in her mind that yeah, I can't walk up with a stagger. It's got to be something better.
Can I overhear this,
Oh
or
yeah, yeah,
have you
yeah.
excluded me
No,
from?
no, no.
Okay,
Everyone's here. Yeah.
You're there. You're
yeah, yeah,
part of
yeah, cool.
security. Like I think you're eavesdropping and Saida is
Then I
just
think
talking openly.
I'm like standing beside the table, and Leonti, this doesn't work. She gets captured, and she doesn't get close to anyone. She gets tortured. They give us up. She gives us up, and we're done. It's then we're all carked. If she gets away from here, then at least they still think she did it, and they're gonna keep chasing her, or she doesn't leave here.
I don't think they're going to release the pressure on
Saida's not
quite
surprised by the she doesn't leave here. Zarina, however, it's like you just
soon.
put the connection for her to make her nervous. I'm gonna just for a moment, Varun, this is all happening in front of you. D is standing near the bolt hole. Like, we should just go. You've done your good deed for the day. It is time for us to survive. What do
Um,
you,
and I think I I understand what Dee's saying, and I kind of weigh her down, um, because she probably doesn't understand what's going on as well as, she's like, we should just get out. I'm like, no, there's something else going on, and I have to stay here because I promised Zarek, and but I am kind of in a state of shock because I just heard Leonte say they would prefer to throw someone else under the bus to protect themselves. And I heard Hatchet say, you know, I think I am not aware enough to understand that Hatchet intended um she that Saida not leave here alive. I think Hatchet is proposing that Saida lives here. I think Faerun actually says, you know, the droids will never stop if Saida's in here. So, because the idea that you would just take someone out for convenience is a little bit strange.
I think I just kind of like give Beirut a strange look, like what what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What's this? It's like, yeah.
dang.
Saida, ultimately, it's your decision.
It's absolutely not her decision. If she walks out there to the droids with a carking knife, she doesn't get to them.
Do you have a better idea?
Sneak her out the back. We can get her out. She can rejoin her revolutionary friends and keep needling the droids. That's fine with us.
Have you found Saida to be reasonable in matters of confrontation?
I found her, and I keep talking about her like she's not there.
Yeah, yeah.
I found her to be a pain in the ass, but
Do you think this is the last
I think she
time
can
that the
fight.
droids will be after her and perhaps catch her?
Well, then we're back to plan B.
Which is,
B for blaster, right here, right now.
so much violence.
There's gonna be violence. We're not getting away from that. You're trying to solve this like it's some kind of intricate puzzle, and it's not. This is brute force, and that's what they're going to use, and they're going to use it on her. They're going to use it on us.
Saida says, "Hey, it's my life. Let me have a couple words." Okay, I really wanted that Blue Rapture shit because I thought it could help fund my work. And that's selfish, but also it's for us. You guys, the Techno Union is going to kill every one of us, either by building so many droids that the Republic just decides to nuke this place from orbit, or they expand that factory and this city is no more. We should be on the same side here, fighting against them. I think I need to escape. I think I'm okay taking out the head of the snake. If that's what we can do, if I have any chance of success, I will make it happen. I'll pull that trigger. Just remember, I'm doing that for you guys. And she points to Zarina, and for you, and then she points to you, Varen, and for you. And I'm sorry I've screwed you over in the past and kind of attacked you a few times. It's the best of intentions. I guess I just don't want to go out unless it means something.
Well, if you think living to fight another day is in everyone's best interest, then I wish you the best of luck and motion towards the exit.
And she'll look to you, Hatchet.
Mm-hmm.
Help me get out of here.
Yeah, we'll get you out.
Can I have
Knuckles,
my knife back,
hearts.
please?
Sorry.
I would like my knife back before she leaves.
She'll look at the knife. It's a really nice knife. You sure?
It is.
I guess it's identifiable to you.
It is.
Yeah, another thing you hadn't thought of beforehand. Knuckles, hearts, you're with me. Queen K, you keep things locked down here.
Okay. So, as you are heading, Hearts is gonna lean in and say, "Do you want the shot or do I take it?"
No, we do what we said. We get her out of here.
Hearts says, "And then I shoot her." Okay, I got it.
I think as Hatchet, as you're leading Saida out, you see me turn to Zarina, and I say, Zarina, you're with me. We're going to create a distraction. Um, and hopefully everyone gets out of this alive.
Serena will like lean in, Varun. Do we really trust Hatchet?
Do we really have any choice? And I think she and I are going to go out the front section and walk out um, to the droids, and we're going to talk to the droids while Hatchet tries to sneak Saida out the back.
Okay. Yep. Serena's I just I just wanted to fish.
Well, I thought you wanted to get away from fishing.
I'll fish if it gets me out of this.
Well, I think Hatchet now has your boat, so you might have to talk to Hatchet to get your boat back. Yeah. So I think
All
we're going to
right.
walk out. Hopefully the
Uh-huh.
droids can tell the difference between Twi'leks, right? Um, and my
There
expectation
she
is to walk up.
is.
Yeah.
And y'all move forward to grab her.
Yeah.
No,
Um,
no.
yeah.
Oh, the
Uh,
pigmentation's off though. That's all right. We'll take care of it.
um, we do not know where Saida is. Um, and she has not, uh, we don't, she hasn't been here for a while, so you're in the wrong place. As you can tell, this is really charged, and I wouldn't want this to escalate and cause more problems for your bosses.
It turns out this Veyron Brookshack says we're in the wrong place. Now, the princess is in this castle. Well, we'll consider what you're saying, Veyron Brookshack. Where is Poseidon?
Um, so am I just talking to like a regular
You're talking to a
droid?
clone trooper who has a few extra, like, red marks on his shoulder, some kind of
Okay.
insignia.
So I think I want to read a person.
Also, they are all standing in rows. There is
Mhm,
a small tank here.
mhm.
Um, and you also see that at least one unit has been destroyed by the guns up on top at the tower, but at current, no one has
Yeah.
incited more violence.
And I think I turn up to the t turret up to the top where Zarek is and kind of give a wave or acknowledgement. Um,
And you can't tell because he's so far away. Maybe he sees you, maybe he cares.
yeah, maybe he doesn't care. Um, oh, I'm gonna read a person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you reading?
Um, the clone trooper, because I want to know how I can convince them what
Oh,
needs to
droid.
happen.
Sorry, it's a
Oh,
droid.
yeah, the clone droid. Yeah, or the battle droid, the sergeant or whatever they are.
Yes.
Yes. So that is a 9. Um, so how could I get them to believe that Saida is not here?
Well, the best way to get them to believe that Saida is not here is to offer them a target they cannot immediately verify as like don't tell them that they are in X place that they obviously have droid troopers in. Give him a believable enough story and this droid will buy it.
Um,
Does that make sense? That a fair answer?
yeah, yeah. And
Like all droid battle droids, he's only motivated to carry out his programming, which is to do this. He's not
Was
excited
Saito
about it.
part of the crew from the docks?
she
Yes.
was. Mhm. Yeah. That was actually my plan. I have a second
Yeah.
question. Um, how are they vulnerable to me? Actually, it would be how is this sergeant vulnerable to me?
How is this sergeant vulnerable to you? Um, I'm not. I'll need some help with how you can tell this, but at current, it appears that his orders are not to incite violence. Maybe he says, um, right now, my orders are not to incite violence.
Yeah. And maybe that's why they've been holding back with the tank. That's
We
another
do have this
reason
tank.
way I can tell. Yeah. Um, I was involved in a situation with Sergeant Saida down at the docks, and she escaped into the water at that time. Um, maybe she knows it well enough that that's where she would be hiding. I don't know for sure that that's the case, but it's what I've seen with the very little interaction I've had with them. Um, I can tell you exactly where we were and which boat we were on whenever everything went down.
Are you
if that would
willing
be
to go
helpful.
down to the docks with us, Varen Brookshack, and show us the area where you last saw this Poseda Relvorun?
I wish that I could, but I'm not allowed on the docks because the your bosses have given given the rights of the docks to the Weequay.
All right,
And
Drenny Ark wants his head on a pike. I don't have
so
any pikes, don't worry.
so if I go down there, they would not be very friendly to me. In fact, it would be against the rules of your bosses. But I can tell you exactly where they were.
Please tell us where they can be found.
Yeah. So I think I just lean down and scratch in the dirt. This is kind of a map, and this is the boat.
We
It's
have like
called,
a bunch of battle droids all crowd in and they all bend over at the same angle to observe
yeah,
you scratching in the dirt. We'll cut away as you're drawing
perfect.
a. I'm not sure how detailed it will be. Come on, takes the. Now I'm gigantic. Oh, thank you very much, Zim. Appreciate you catching up with the. So that's Veyron's trying to create a distraction. Hatchet, Sergeant Saida was with you and yours.
Yeah, and we will try to sneak her out.
That sounds like a thing. Do we think you're tackling a challenge? Because I mean,
Probably. I don't think there's another.
oh, there's act under fire, but I'm curious if this is tackling a challenge, basically something that might be beyond you, because there's a fuck ton of droids out here who are
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
specifically keeping
Yeah.
an eye on this place.
Yeah.
yeah,
That sounds like technical challenge.
yeah. Sounds fair.
Okay, then you need to roll plus aggro.
Well, that's good because that is a +2 for me. So, yeah.
Can I give a bonus? Should I back someone's play?
Oh yeah, because
Hmm.
that is a perfect
Yeah, yeah,
follow
yeah.
through for what you're doing. That's great.
And how does that
Um,
work?
so let me do back someone's play real quick.
Yeah, and you should hit that first. So when you
Yeah,
back someone's play, you back play someone making a roll plus HX.
yeah. So I have an HX with Hatchet of 1.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 12.
Mm.
Woo.
Wow. On a 10 plus, choose the benefit with the MC. Here are the benefits. They get +1 to their roll. They get +1 choice, +1 holder, +1 question. They get +1 harm, +1 armor, +1 sight, or another +1 as appropriate. Another benefit as you agree. I think a +1 to the roll makes sense here.
Agreed. Thank
Sure.
you.
Okay. Take a +1
That's
forward.
2d6 +3. That's a 10.
Mm.
Thanks
Oh,
to that extra +1.
yeah, that went from making it to making it with panache. On a 10
Mhm.
plus, you're able to take it on. Ask the MC what you can accomplish.
Um, yeah, I think there's nothing extra there, right?
There's
Like
not. There's just
challenge.
a you do the thing. It's
Yeah,
the 10 plus most
yeah.
boring
I
result.
I think yeah, I think we can get her out of there. Um, and since we did get a pretty good roll and we have a distraction, I think this is just like yeah, the droids that were closest,
Mm.
like they're the ones leaning in to watch Veyron draw the map, so that we can just sneak past or
All
like
wearing
rush
hoods, of
across the
course,
alley
cloaks. Oh,
at the
that's
right
great.
time. Yeah,
That's fantastic. Yeah, you time it perfectly, and you guys are able to get. If we take a look at the map directly to the left of the temple, one is where Citadel Hill is. 5 is where the temple is, the old temple. That's where you were. And it's not that far from the area that you've declared, basically the apartment complex. Do you want
Mhm.
to take Saida there, or do you want to uh, exit that and head into the tall blocks to hide? Where are
I
you going as
think
you guys get on the other side of
I
this?
because I think I've noticed how Hearts is thinking about this, and I've had the same thoughts myself, but I think I've landed on, yeah, it's better that Saida is out there uh, causing trouble for the droids. If they capture her, it will probably be a while, so it will be easier to deny whatever information they get out of her. Um, if we bring her back to the apartment complex, she's more at risk than if she's out on the street. So I think bringing her to some place nearby where she feels safe. And I think I'm sending Hearts back to the temple to like tell them that, yeah, it's fine. We got away. Everything's good. Um, just to be sure.
Awesome. So
Do I need to
I think you need to use
roll for that?
leadership.
Yeah,
I'd like to see you use leadership for Hearts, who is the most ruthless and thinks this is the best plan and the best plan for you.
yeah. And I mean, she's not wrong. It's just, yeah. When you give your gang an order, if it lines up with their impulses, and this doesn't, um, so roll plus hard. I'm rolling a lot here, which I'm not complaining about. So 2d6 plus 2, that is an 8.
Okay. On any hit, they follow your order. So, yeah, on 10 plus, you get some extra benefits. Hearts does that last look of, "Are you sure?" But then she will go. You don't have to tell her again. And Saida, before she ducks into one of the ruined tall block towers, she looks at you and says, "Thank you."
We don't love the droids any more than you do. And for what it's worth, I think you're right about them taking over the city, turning this whole place into a factory, and that's bad for everyone.
They've already taken the farms. Now they're just going to move in. And then
Yeah. Um, and just so you know, no hard feelings about the drugs. That was just we saw the opportunity, same way you did.
yeah. Well, if I see Larag Kano, I'm kicking its ass.
Fair enough.
And that's it. Saida will
Yep.
duck and try to rejoin the cell of resistance members that she knows. And they do not want to have anything to do with her. She is a burned asset in their mind, and they have pulled a fade. So she is in the wind, but she's alive. I'd like to go ahead and take our mid-game bio break here. Okay. Well, we have just had Sergeant Saida exit the scene for now. I am curious, Leonti, after Hatchet leaves and Veyron has a conversation with some of the droids, imagine you get an update from Kiki. Hey, Veyron's outside. He's talking to the droids. But no violence breaks out. And after a few minutes, half of this contingent starts marching their way down to the docks.
Hmm.
And it seems like they just have a group of droids that are here. The tank starts backing up and then hits a roadway and starts to detail out, but they've left two squads here to keep an eye on things, but they are not now trying to enter the temple or cause a further escalation of violence. What do you do?
Hmm. So who is it just me and the patrons now, or has anyone stayed behind?
I think that a couple of Hatchet's folks' Harridans are still here. I know
Mhm.
that Hearts went, and I think Queen K was left behind, right?
Right,
Still
right,
run things. I remember Hatchet saying, yeah, Queen K and Red Shirt.
right.
If anyone wants to find a pick for Red Shirt, you are welcome to.
I also am still here. I did not go down to the docks. Um,
Oh, cool.
so I come back inside.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Um, so everything is taken care of as far as the droids are concerned.
Um, most of them left, but um, yeah.
I saw you listening with great interest to our conversation. What do you think of Sergeant Saida's speech? Something must be done, surely.
I would
Sorry,
like
was
to
that?
remain
Oh,
neutral. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking to
To the
Irene
veteran,
or
yeah, yeah.
okay? Um, I'd like to remain neutral and separate from this place, but I've seen that separate from this conflict between the Techno Union and everyone else. However, I see that that just leads to the Union taking more and more.
You were born
So,
here, right?
yeah, yeah,
And so if things go poorly, there's really no place for you to go.
that depends on how poorly. I can always leave the city.
I'm not native to this world. Things can go very poorly. Trust me.
So, what are you suggesting?
Well, the options are accept that the Techno Union is a fact of life here and learn to work with them, or find a way to resolve the issue. And it is a large issue, not to be lightly resolved. I personally find Sergeant Saida to be idealistic, but those people can be useful. Where do you stand?
I don't know yet. The Techno Union is large, but I agree with the sentiment that if we make it painful for them to be here, I live with the hope that maybe we can convince them to leave us alone. But I don't know how realistic that is. So, um, uh, thank you for your assistance in this matter. I had no love towards Saida. She had burned me before, but I didn't think that we should give her over to the Techno Union because, she could have put us all at risk.
Oh, if she agreed to go, I would have poisoned her
Why would you do that?
for exactly that reason. She doesn't seem to be the kind that could stand up under any sort of interrogation, and I don't believe that she'd get close enough to anyone to put a knife at their throats.
I think I get up and I walk away, and I'm going to go talk to probably Red Shirt or something like that. Yeah.
You're muted.
Richard says, "What's up, handsome?"
Um, well, I had to step away. It's difficult for me to comprehend how uncivilized this place is at the same time as how civilized and how much outside of the city makes sense.
Yeah, you got
So
a you got a place out past the farms, right?
I'm going to place somewhere. Yes.
Red Shirt smiles. She seems interested in where it is.
Um, its benefit is that um, it's isolated. So, um,
Why do you keep
so
coming back around here?
how do you know Hatchet? You know, how are you all connected?
We're all were still who even knows attached to this union, this military unit, a bunch of mercs, either married or related or in relationships, significant others kind of thing, and they disappeared on us, left us here. I assumed they were all dead, but then we got a courier who said just one of them's dead. So logically, that means the rest of them are not dead, but they
I
haven't
don't.
reached out to any of us. They don't tell us where they are. And got to do something with your time. Right, Faerun?
Yeah, I think there might be better uses at times. So Hatchet took Saida out. Is Saida dead now?
Yeah, I think so. It's the best
Okay,
answer for everybody.
not for Saida.
Saida's been a walking dead person for a little while. I don't know who fingered her for Ivar's death. We owe them a thanks.
That's a good question. I hadn't thought of. Why were the droids here for her? Interesting. Okay. By the way, I think all of this was said without any subtlety, so Leonti probably heard everything. Yeah,
Yeah, Richard didn't hide anything either. She seems
yeah.
pretty calm about it. She's not loud and brash. She's just unbothered. She's red shirt. She's here to make an emotional impression so that you care when she dies. Do you have anybody, Vera? I mean,
That's a pretty
besides your
personal
menagerie.
question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I think the animals are enough for me. They, I've been disappointed over and over by the people I've dealt with. And the animals that I am seen with often don't disappoint me. They wouldn't say that they would protect someone and then go out and shoot them. No, they would definitely kill one another over territory or food or mates. That's natural. But they wouldn't pretend like anything else wasn't true.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight with you about that, Varun. I'm sure you wouldn't agree with me.
So Queen K's in charge here now?
Yeah, Queen K likes to think she's in charge a lot more than she is, but right now she officially is.
Hmm.
You need something?
No, I was just thinking now might be a good time to tell Zarek that about everything that's been going down. Um, and maybe Queen K might be the one to do that.
Shit. Queen K leaves, then I guess I'm in charge. Kind of like that. Yeah, I'll talk to her.
Hmm. And I'll go find a corner booth, kind of in the back, and just sit
I,
by myself.
I think Zarena's. Did she? I mean, she came back with you, but do you think she probably went back to the merchants and or she probably wanted to tell the rest of the Twi'leks what's going on?
Maybe. Yeah,
Unless
that
you
sounds
think
right.
she's here. Okay, cool.
No.
Yeah. So, Leonti, we're going to cut to Hatchet in a minute, but is there anything, Leonti, you wanted to do?
I think I'm waiting to hear back from Hatchet to see if anything happened.
Cool. Hatchet, you say what you have to say to Saida, and as soon as Saida's out of sight, Hart says, I read that right. You didn't want me to kill her. Or do you want me to go now?
No, we let her go do her thing, and if they pick her up, it would probably be she can probably stay hidden long enough that if they pick her up, it will be the situation will be muddled enough that the accusation won't stick.
Okay.
She
Is
could
there
do some good.
anything? Oh,
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
I was about to shift out of that and ask you, is there anything you wanted to do before you headed back to the salon? But if you wanted to continue that conversation, feel free.
No, no, we're good there.
Okay. Well, Hatchet, you come back into the salon and see that it's just Red Shirt and Varun and I guess just a few of the staff from the salon. Don't imagine you'd have a salon with all the droids. Right now, there's just two squads that are stationed parked right outside. But yeah,
Mhm.
Leonti, you see that Hatchet returns
Is Queen
with
K still there, or did
no
she?
Queen K's not there. Red Shirt will say, yeah, Queen K told Zarek what's up. She'll be
Oh,
back in
okay,
a minute.
good. Yeah, we did what we said we would do. We said we'd do. We got her out of here. She'll have to make her own way.
So is she no longer a problem?
She's still
I
alive.
think.
Hart says she's still alive.
Yeah. I figure she's good enough at staying away that if they grab her, the information won't be current enough to stick, and she's trigger happy enough that they probably won't take her alive anyway.
That's what I was counting on. Well, good. Care for a drink?
Yeah, I could use something.
And I'll shoot a look over to Bayron and smile a little bit.
Cool. After you guys share a drink, is there anything where you wanted from this scene?
um,
I'm good for now.
I, I'm not sure if Hatchet would try to read Leonti here, but I don't think so. Let me check. I think my thing, my HX for Leonti was that I consider you to be a friend.
Mm.
Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, I consider Leonti a genuine friend.
Right.
So yeah, I'm no reason to distrust that. I felt like your judgment was a bit off here, but then I didn't know about your secret plan. So
Yep.
but yeah, having a drink. Some small talk.
So what's your impression of Zarek?
He's a blowhard who folds as soon as things get difficult.
I've noticed that too. I tested the waters a little bit with him with the droids here, and I don't feel like he stands by his convictions as often as he says he does.
You think he
I
has
noticed that
convictions?
Bayron was the one that talked to the droids.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure he has convictions. I think he's just he found an opportunity to make some money and pretend to be the big boss,
Mm.
but he can't back it up, and that's why things keep going sideways here.
What does hmm, hmm. You know what? I'm gonna do a little subtle scrutiny here. I think I have some questions.
Please do.
Yeah, let me roll with cool. A 9. Great. I think this is for the temple in general. How have loyalties shifted since the last time?
Temple in general, how have loyalties shifted? Uh, the farmers feel that Zarek has failed them. The market now is worried about being able to sell here and what they're going to sell. So they are looking for other ways to ply their trade.
And what does security for the temple look like?
It's stretched thin. You see less guards than there were days ago. And you also recognize that, at least for the moment, Divan isn't here.
Mm. Hatchet. I mean, I do have a few droids here from the Techno Union that I got, so I don't need all of your security people here. Do you think maybe that you would be willing to, and I don't have any authority, of course, maybe help out the vendors to make sure that nothing untoward happens out there? Maybe you could extract a small fee from them.
Huh. Um, would stretch us kind of thin. Um, we need to have some people watching watching our home down by the docks. But I think we could do some patrols at least.
Are you and the Weequay getting along these days?
We haven't uh, we haven't had any serious run-ins with them yet, but
Hmm.
if
Oh,
they
no, that's
keep
okay.
pushing, then probably we have an interest in that boat, and they keep acting like pirates out on the lake.
What's your interest in the boat?
Fish, food. It's not easy to come by, not since the droids took over the farms.
Hmm.
We tried to push them back there, but they just keep coming.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, maybe I could have a talk with someone about that.
About the weak way?
Yeah,
I'd be happy to come to some kind of accommodation with them. We just uh, we just want to be able to fish.
of course. Uh, what are the week ways numbers look like? Is it dozen, hundred?
They are a medium-sized gang.
Okay, cool. I will keep that in mind. In the meantime, if you feel uncomfortable or unwelcome, you always have a place here.
That's good to know. And if push comes to shove with a weak way, I'm pretty sure we have them. We have better training and better equipment,
Mm,
but I don't want to risk any of my people if I don't have to.
of course. I've always found it better to not be where someone is striking, keeps them off balance.
Definitely. That's why we got that's why we got the bikes.
Exactly. I'm glad we are aligned.
Yeah. Tinky glasses.
Thank you, glasses. Yeah, I think that's all I need on it.
Yeah. Cool.
Good. Good scene. Veyroon, how long do you hang out once it seems like people are no longer in extreme danger?
I'm gonna hang out here in the salon for a while. I'm gonna try to wait until Hatchet leaves. And if she leaves, I'm gonna go catch up with her. Um, uh, should we have that theme?
Yeah.
Does that sound okay? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as you head out, I'm gonna catch up with you and say, I should let you know about a couple of things.
Hmm.
First of all, um, I sent the droids down to the docks and told them that Saida had been seen there before. Hopefully, that's not where you took her, right?
Not too far from there, but yeah.
Hopefully, she's smart enough to not go back there because it's trouble. Um,
I'm not sure I'd say
but
she's smart, but if she gets into trouble, she's got to shoot first. And
she's excitable. That is correct. And,
mhm.
you know, she's hurt us both. Um, the so you have people down at the docks. So you want to make sure you'll want to make sure that, you know, no one's seen sighted down at the docks since we were last there, as far as I know. So I think there won't be any problems, but you know, they have some heavy armament there. I just wanted to warn you. The other thing we should talk about is, you know, Leonti's a snake, right?
um, I'm not sure what you mean. They've always been straight up with us.
Until they're not. Um, it's becoming more and more obvious that, to me, that Leonte would kill any of us, including you, your people, me, to get ahead. Um, Leonte was surprisingly blunt with me about, you know, her intention to kill Saida. Redshirt thought you were killing Saida. Um, but I don't know if you're a snake yet or not. Um, but Leonte pretty much told me that she planned on sacrificing Saida. So,
I think you will need to reason with me here
ooh.
because I don't think I will just buy this straight up. Or if there's another move that makes more sense, but
Um, I don't think it's worth me reasoning. I'm not necessarily going to try to convince you. I'm just
Okay.
trying to make sure you're informed. You don't have to be
Yeah,
on my side. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, so
Yeah,
I just,
Beirut, we've had our differences, you and me, and as far as I'm concerned, we're square. But I think you're reading into this. Lianti is they're not like you and me. They're not a straight talker, but also you got to keep in mind you're not the best at reading people.
true. But Red Shirt said something to me that I thought was very interesting. Why did the droids come here looking for Saida? I don't have an answer for that, but they seem to know something.
Well, this was where the murder happened, so it's a
Yeah, but
natural
they did.
place to go.
Yeah, but they didn't know anything about who was there, and now they do.
True, but that doesn't pin it on Lianti. Anyone could have seen Saida go in there. There's market is
Yeah,
plenty crowded.
very true. I don't know. As you said, I'm not that good at reading people. And I'm not necessarily suggesting it was Leonti, but there are things that I just don't understand. Um, hmm,
You
so
know, the one thing I know about revolutionaries is that they tend to splinter. They they're all they don't get along. They have different ideas about what to do and how to do things, and they tend to mess with each other. So could be anyone.
true. Um, and just so you know, I don't consider us square. Um, if the drugs ever get sold, I owe you because it was an agreement we had, and I owe Saida. So, um, I just wanted to make sure you understood. I'll keep that deal if I get the chance.
Well, we I won't say no to that payday. I think that's it. Unless
Yeah,
you wanted to, yeah,
I think that's it.
cool.
Okay. Do we have any uh other scenes? It feels like we might be heading towards end of session, but I want to make sure that there's room in case folks had a thing they want to do, glancing at wishes.
It doesn't necessarily need to be a scene, but I'm curious about getting at least one of the droids to Hatchet's workshop to be looked over
One of the
Yeah.
at the
currently functioning or
at the
one of
salon. Yeah,
one of the commando droids that you guys
yeah,
had taken out? Oh, that
yeah.
sounds awesome. Yeah, into that.
Because I got some, at least one, right from the last conversation I had. I want to make sure that if they are transmitting back to them, that I'm giving them what they need to hear.
Cool, cool.
And
I like that.
I would like to avoid the droids turning on me again like they did last time, if possible.
Inevitable but predictable
Yeah,
surprise betrayal. Excellent. That sounds fantastic. Yes, I think that is a thing you can make sure it happens.
yeah.
Hatchet. When you return to the apartment building at night, oh, because you mostly did the thing during the day, uh, when you return, you see that there have there's been a fight, um, and didn't you split your forces, but you didn't abandon this place. So Loop, Knuckles, Bell, they give you the heads up that the Weequay tried to make a move on the apartment and had to be repelled. They came in This'll be Bell. They came in quick and stupid. It's a bunch of young ones. I don't know if this was a coordinated thing or they just talked themselves up. They went down pretty quick. We've already cleared the place.
Huh. Well, that sounds like weak way, but they could be sneaky. We should make sure nobody got in the back way and messed with anything.
We checked everything, Bell says, like like she agrees and that's a thing that
Hmm.
was on her mind. And Queen K says, we need to pull everyone out of the front, off of first floor, and we need to start setting booby traps. Because if they're going to keep making incursions, we need to be able to take them out before they do any damage.
Our best defense is to look strong. We start pulling back and hiding, they're gonna smell blood in the water.
Queen K says, well, I've talked to Audric and he can set up some really good tripwires. Maybe we lure them in for one shot, take out the stupid ones. Queen K just doesn't want to back down,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? This is their idea.
Um, and I'm going to just ignore that at first. Well, speaking of object, did he check the missile?
Mm.
Did he check the missile? Yeah, he's checked the missile. It's inert at this time. Like the arming mechanism is off of it, but there are still a large amount of explosives in it. If something
Hmm.
blew up near it, it also would go up. Will it go
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Well, like if somebody bumps into it, it will not go off.
I just wanted to make sure that they didn't mess with it. Like someone got in from.
Mm.
They didn't get to it. Bell tells you they didn't get up that high. They didn't get past second floor. I had to
Good.
take a couple out in the stairwell.
Yeah. Uh, Kay, if you wanna work with Audric and draw up a plan or something, you can do that. We can look at it, but I'm not going to say that we're pulling back and setting booby traps before we know what we're doing. We
Okay.
need to be able to go in and out, and we need to work the fishing boat. We need to have access for the wheels, all of that.
Okay. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'll get some plans to you. Luke says, those Twi'lek, I don't think they're going to go out onto the water until we deal with this Weequay thing.
Well, Leonti said they had an idea about that. I'll talk to them more tomorrow. If if they don't have anything concrete, we'll deal with them our way.
Okay.
But make sure we have some extra eyes uh, for now.
Okay. Uh, and then red shirt will wait until all this is done. Like this is obviously
Hmm.
to red shirt more important, but she waits until all that's done and a little bit of time passes. Maybe she brings you a drink of some kind, some
Hmm.
calf. Hey, do you know where Varun stays?
Faerun?
Yeah.
No,
Do you
I
want to
don't.
know?
Could be useful. Did he tell you?
No, but I think I can find out. You okay if I find out? I need to peel
Uh,
out of here for a bit.
couldn't hurt.
Okay.
But if we need you for the temple stuff, or well, actually, hold off for a couple of days until
Okay.
settle the thing with the weak way. We need all the people we can get for that.
Hey, don't let Queen pull you into that. The Weequay and the Techno Union, they have an agreement. We push too hard on the Weequay when we're not defending ourselves and we start going after them, they could really bring the hammer down on us.
That's a good point. Um, yeah. Well, I think they already attacked us. I think we can make sure that they appear as the aggressors.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, that attack's stupid.
Sounds weird. We you.
Bell said they
I
were
mean, if
young.
sorry.
Bell said they were young.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do some scouting, you could grab
Run loop.
loop and
Okay.
check up on the weak way.
I'll see what I can find out.
Yeah. Thanks for Cav.
Do you want to use her to potentially, no, would that be Rita's situation? I don't know if that really, I think those are more immediate.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just say she's gonna go and come back with some info.
Hmm.
I'm cool with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
The
think
week way, do they have like a central like place where they hang out, or are they just kind of like in the area?
it's a great question. They are generally in the tall blocks.
Mm,
Because the tall blocks are all oceanside, and the tall blocks used to have, like, it used to be middle class, upper middle class,
hmm.
ocean views. It got hit the hardest, so it is in the worst shape, but there are still functional buildings, and that's where they just took over.
I think I think I would like to put in a little call to Melvin if he is available for a conversation.
Yeah.
And say I was surprised to see an army of droids at our doorstep looking for someone who did the Techno Union wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What made you think that they were at the marketplace?
I think you should be thankful, Leonti. They weren't looking for you.
Oh, I am thankful, but it's strange to me that you would be looking for them there instead of where they are.
Where are they?
I'm a little bit disappointed. Right under your noses. The weak way of stashed them away in the tall blocks there, right where you are. I, it's bold, but it seems to have worked.
Interesting. Why would the Weequay do that?
Why do they do anything?
Now, you are, from our brief interaction, much smarter than that. You know that the Weequay have a reason to do what they do, surely.
And what would that be?
Credit. They don't give a cark about Sarnak or Saleucami. They're here as privateers. They work for the Techno Union. They
And
fish.
you know that privateers aren't above taking cash from more than one client. Who would be funding a rebellion here, of all places? Someone with a lot of access to money, maybe in the drug trade?
Interesting. Do you have any names, any details, or just ideas?
I don't have a name yet, but I have a person. I assure you, I'll find out who they are.
Okay.
They may be more than you. Well, I shouldn't say too much.
Leonti, if more droids show up, you should understand that you are not under threat. You
I
are
understand. But my
you are a
customers.
friend. The Techno Union considers you an asset, entertaining for those of us who breathe.
Hmm.
As long as you keep it that way.
Understood. I do feel
Good.
pressure now and then from the current management of the temple to act otherwise, but I'm able to hold my own.
Are there any particular aspects of that salon that are important to you, or is it just a place?
It's the people. It could be anywhere. I've made the place my own, but I've had to move before. And if I need to do so again, I'll come out all right.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm genuinely glad to hear that because there are a number of safer places in Sarnak.
Hmm. I'll keep them in mind.
Places that will be much more profitable for you,
Hmm.
that my people will be much more comfortable going, could increase your business. You could have newer ideas. Oh, by the way, whether you move or not, Pelric is interested in attending a salon. You can make that happen, right?
Of course.
Good.
It would be an honor.
Good. I just hope that Pelric doesn't suffer the same fate as Ivar. That would definitely put some concentric circles on the salon.
That would be bad for your career as well.
Technically, no.
So it would not be bad for your career if something were to happen to him.
I don't like to think of such things. I'm very happy at my post. I like serving the Techno Union.
Good, good. Well, we look forward to it. Let us know, and I'll arrange some special entertainment.
Excellent. Well, do you have what you need, Leonti?
I do. Do you?
Not yet.
Well, if there's anything I can do.
I'll keep you apprised. And then I reach out and hit the button to end the hollow call. I think that's where we'll end our session.
Good.
Okay. Let us talk about end of session stuff. So I have 3 questions to ask each of you at our session end. Let's start with Hatchet. Choose a character who knows you better than they used to. Tell that player to add +1 HX to their HX with you. If more than one character knows you better, choose at most 2. If no one knows you better, choose a character who doesn't know you as well as they thought, or anybody you want, and tell them to take a -1 to their HX with you.
I think both Veyron and Leonti know me better.
Hatchet, judge for yourself. Are you satisfied with the world and your place in it?
No, this Weequay thing and Saida had me worried.
Get 1 XP. Judge for yourself. Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
Definitely.
Mark another XP. Varun, who knows you better?
Leonte.
Are you satisfied with the world and your place in it?
I am not.
Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
Yes.
Leonti, who knows you better?
Definitely Veyron. I think both of them, actually.
Are you satisfied with the world and your place in it?
I'm afraid not.
Mm, get 1 XP. Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
It does for now, yes.
Okay. Let's see. So looking at wishes here, we still have some out there from way, way back. Jetpack doesn't have a jetpack. We do know what happened with the little brother, so I think I'll check that. See the PCs. Who doesn't want Veyron to explore sunken ruins? So yeah, we've got a good bit of that. Let's see. Resistance Techno Union. What's that look like? I don't know. Yeah, keep that out there. The Rod doing things. No. Techno Union complicate, blow out their own battle droid flavor. A little bit of that. Pelric at the salon. I set that up, but we haven't seen it. And see it all go down with a big fight at the temple and salon security. Big blow up. It definitely wasn't a big blow up. So I think that is out there. Okay, that's a lot of unfulfilled wishes. Gosh, little wish prep for Rich. That's some cool stuff with me. All right. So let's do the stars and wishes for now after session 6. Start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who has wishes?
I'm curious to see Pelric at the salon.
All right. I like it.
I want to see if anyone bites on the Weequay thing or if I need to do more there. I'm sure I do need to do more, so maybe seeing more with that. I'm curious what Veyron, like how they take me right now and what's going to shake down from that.
I think it's your snake.
I know, yeah. The second part of that then. Oh, and getting the droid checked out at Hatchet's garage.
Who else has wishes?
I just want to see where things go. I want our other players back, obviously, but in particular, I want to see uh, how Greg reacts to all of this
Yes.
being undermined, or not Greg, but yeah, Zarek.
Yep. Steven, any wishes?
Um, Not really that I can think of. I did. So Andesh said something that kind of clicked for me. He said something about I'm rolling a lot during the game,
Mm.
and it made me think because of the way it's set up, you want to roll a lot to get ticks on your stats.
Mhm.
Yep.
Um, which does that lead to a spotlight issue? Um, I didn't find that to be the case, but whenever Andesh said that, I was like, oh, is that something that he's concerned about? Um, Meaning that's just the general thing about the game itself is how do you control the spotlight and make sure that that's very evenly distributed um, without with this encouragement to roll a lot. And it's just something that stuck in my head. So I made a note of it to kind of think about a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting.
Yeah, I know I've noticed some sessions where I haven't felt like I did get the spotlight, but I didn't make a lot of rolls. I made like
Mhm.
one roll in a whole session,
Yeah.
and that's fine. And I put the blame or whatever you want to say, what you want to call it. I think I put it more on myself that I wasn't going for moves.
Mm.
That things kind of just played out and I think I don't think it's a spotlight issue, but I do think it's an issue of both if the GM is like teeing you up for a move, because sometimes that's like very obvious, and but mostly I think it's for the player to figure out when they're in a situation where they can go for a move.
Yeah, and so something that like I've seen in other like games I've run is that kind of thing, like the do a thing to get XP or do a thing to the mechanic that is encouraged to get XP or whatever it is, um, tends not to affect like free role play as much. But when players like
Yeah,
don't know what to do, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to do one of the things that gets me XP."
yeah,
So
yeah,
that be a nice little like
yeah.
tradition to follow.
And I think for this game, most of the moves are ones you use in charge situations,
Mhm.
using the term broadly,
Mhm.
which encourage which means that then through the XP you're encouraged to put your character in situations where moves are likely to happen, rather than stay back and play it safe and that sort of thing. So I think that's the like next level of it. Like you have the, yeah, we're just playing and sometimes moves happen, and then you have the player like actively seeing an opportunity to make a move, and then you have, oh, I should put my character into situations where things are messy enough that moves are likely to happen.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get the XP. And of course that comes with risk, which is the whole point. Every time you're making a move, you're taking a risk. And that risk can be bigger or smaller, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting that you get not like straight up XP, but or you accumulate XP just by rolling. It's interesting to compare it to XP on a miss, for example.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm not
I was
sure if
trying
one is better than the other, but it's interesting.
Different flavor. Yeah.
um as a player, I think I prefer XP on a miss, just because it hides a little bit of um that feeling of I failed, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Um it's more of a balancing thing. I was trying to think of the other ways that other apocalypse world you got these little XP ticks. And
Mhm.
in Burned Over, um, you get it for taking damage, you get it for HX for your
Mm.
history, you get it for other things. I don't think you got it for barter. But to me, that says the game is encouraging you to interact with the other people,
Yeah.
like for HX or to take damage or whatever. In this, the game is encouraging you to make rolls and
Mhm.
make moves. And it's just an interesting difference. I don't know.
I
I don't
think,
think I'd seen any spotlight issues, especially whenever you mentioned it. But it made me think of it.
yeah, I think even in the previous versions of Burned Over, you did get XP for barter.
Uh,
Um,
Mm.
as I remember it, because I think that was the thing I didn't like, because that encourages
Mm.
you to stick with the choice you've made, because essentially
uh,
switching costs you an XP. Like
Mm.
in some sense, you can
yeah.
stick with what you have and get an XP, or you can change. And if you
I see.
change, you don't get the XP, and that means that you're encouraged to stick with your current situation instead of changing. And I think if there was some kind of reward for changing,
Mm.
I think it should probably be less than an XP, because you don't want people switching like every session just to maximize their rewards. But if you got something, then it would feel less like, oh, I shouldn't change because that costs me.
Yeah.
For me, it's not important enough that I feel like it changes my behavior, but maybe it does, and I'm not thinking like
Mm.
I'm not noticing it. But I do, every time I make that choice, I think about it,
Yeah.
and I feel that slight resistance to changing. But it hasn't been relevant in this game because my situation has been unchanged,
Mhm.
even from like looking at what's going on in the game. But maybe that's also affecting me towards pushing towards, yeah, we should be mercenaries because I've made that choice,
Right.
and now we should stick to that. On the other hand, maybe that is the intent, that oh, this group of harriers, they are mercenaries or they are not, and they should that should be like you're almost like making a character design choice at the start of the game, and the game kind of pushes you towards
Yeah.
sticking with
Almost.
that. I'm not sure what the idea is.
Yeah.
Pull us back.
Yeah.
Sorry about that digression.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it was interesting. It was an interesting combo. Let's circle around to do stars. Steven, did you have stars? Kind of a weird pivot, but there you go. Boom.
Yeah, so Stars, I really liked getting all the PCs together. We were able to interact,
yeah.
even, you know, two of us and two of us, even in separate pieces, which is really good. Um, I really liked Leonti's take on things with Saida. That was a very charged, tension-filled situation. It was very interesting. Um, and the idea of I'm going to, we should take care of Saida and just take her out. I think that was actually Undash's, Hatchet's idea. I'm like, oh, that's really good too, huh? And then sneaking Saida out and taking care of it that way, that was all. And especially the conversation he had afterward with Saida was very good. It was, you're a fuck up. Yeah, I know I'm a fuck up, and we're gonna go do this thing, and yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. I liked that a lot. And Dash, did you have any stars?
Yeah, similar to Steven, really enjoy having the characters in the same place more. Um, Also having the gang members be there and occasionally stepping into the spotlight, but mostly not, I guess.
I've been
I
trying
think
to
we
find
found
that
a
good gauge for you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I felt like this session was that was a really good balance. I felt like they were always there. They were a clear part of every scene, and yeah, I felt like that worked
Good.
well.
Very happy about that.
Um, yeah, uh, start to the discussion we just had about
Mhm.
about the XP. I think it's interesting, and it is one of the things I think about regarding this game. Like,
Mhm.
what do you get XP for? Yeah,
Yeah, the reward cycles in Burned Over and third edition are intriguing, especially when you look at second and first edition. It's very different. Uh, Mark, did you have any stars?
Yeah, all right, good time. I really enjoyed doing whatever Leonti was doing. I'm sure they have a better idea of what's going on than I do, but yeah, getting to see like the I felt like I really got a good sense of like the connections between all the things, like between the techno union and the gang and everyone, the uh, Weequay, the Fisher folk. It was really fun to see like that part of the world or the entire world kind of like come into focus a little bit more through
Good.
pulling those strings. That was really cool. Um, I really liked the variety of personalities in the gang, and seeing that was really nice. The moment with Baron, just like their reaction to me being like, "Oh yeah, of course I would poison them," and then to look over like afterwards, like I might poison him too, her too.
That was really
Uh,
good.
like, but probably not. We'll see. Yeah, just had a great time all around.
Good. Good. That was
Um,
fun. Oh,
I do want to follow up. Speaking of which, the HX I got from our XP discussion at the end flipped me over
Yep.
with Leonti. I'm also flipped over with Zarek, so we'll take care of that whenever Greg gets back. But I think mine with Leonti would be very quick. I looked up the update. And or I looked up the list of questions that I get, and I think I can take that care of that easily. Um, you know me better, so you
Hmm.
get +1 HX on your screen.
Oh, nice.
You know how to manipulate me better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to do that little paperwork so we didn't
No,
forget it
it's
next time.
good. Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes those
Yeah,
will
I
slip.
saw the way you reacted to that, like, oh, interesting. Good, good, good.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. This was a fun session. I knew going in, oh, three people. This is going to be more intimate and lot more stuff. And I it was even more than I expected. More, all three PCs in the same scene. Very happy. Always love it. Great. With that, we'll bring this recording to a close.